I should have sound now. Do apologize for that. We've got sound, and hello everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Watching this Sharks versus Toulouse game, the Heineken Champions Cup watch along, of course. And if you guys are interested, you guys can now also watch this game for free. Well, I say for free. It's obviously you need to go and sign up to something, but you can sign up with a trial for email. But if you go and look at the description of the video, we have got a fantastic way in which you can watch this game if you guys are unable to otherwise. Simply go and look at the description. You'll see step one, download ExpressVPN, and go and visit that link there, and you can download ExpressVPN. Then you can connect using that VPN to the France server, and then click the following link on number 3 to therefore go and see a free-to-air channel. So be sure to go and have a look at that and enjoy the rugby, and keep me on the right hand side to commentate through it, of course, because that'll all be in French, and I'll at least be doing it a little bit in English. So yeah, got a few people here already in the comments. We're building up towards the Champions Cup kickoff, and yeah, people are already going and saying, yeah, no Eben, it's going to be very hard for the Sharks now. The Sharks want to lose to win this one. Want to lose this one. Oh, you're very funny. Shocking. There's more puns happening in the comments again, as per usual. And this is, if the Sharks pack is more powerful without Edsmith, then the Sharks will win. But I think, unfortunately, a lot of people do realize that the big problem with today's game is the fact that this is going to be a very tough game for Sharks. And I think Toulouse are favourites. I think they're 5 times winners of this Champions Cup, or at least 5 times winners in France. But a very, very, very good team. As we go through it, here, Bale, Malvaka, Aldegheri in the front row, Arnold, Miafau in the lock positions, Willis, Cross, and Flamand in the loose trio. So a very, very powerful pack as well for Toulouse. So it's going to be quite difficult for the Sharks to try and get an upper hand there, but they don't exactly have a bad pack themselves. And of course, moving to the back line, which is just insane for Toulouse, we've got Antoine Dupont, captain, of course, and then Intermac at fly half. The centre positions, we've got Barassi and Aki, and in the wingers, we've got Malia and Lebel, and fullback, we've got Ramos. So a very, very strong Toulouse outfit here, and of course playing at home Toulouse, and they just don't like losing at home, French sides. We look at the Sharks team. We've got Oxenchair, Bongi Bonambi, Thomas Tatang Totoy in the front row. We've got Andrews and Hrobla in the lock positions. Of course, even Etzebeth falling out of those positions as well. Sia Khaleesi, Sikumbuzo Noche, and Vincent Chatuka are making up our loose trio for today. Going into the back line, we've got Williams in the number 9 position, and Kieran Bosch in the number 10. Jaden Hendrickson not starting today. Rowan Janssen from Rensburg and Lucanio Am in the centre positions. Mapimpi on the wing with Werner Koch on the other, and Butter Chamberlain at full back. So a very strong Sharks back line. And also a very strong front row, of course. But it's going to be a lot of work for Sharks to try and take on this Toulouse team. Looking at the bench here, Sharks bench not looking particularly powerful. Tapawai probably a standout name there, as well as Carl Lusardi and Pepsi Buthelezi, of course, as well. So, yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. And do you sure go and participate in the poll. What do you think is going to happen today? Are we going to see a complete onslaught, or do we think the Sharks have a chance here? Yeah, the Sharks here are currently singing. Of course, Sia Khaleesi leading that chant, wearing that Red Bull sleeve, as he always does with that sponsorship. Dylan here is saying, in the Currie Cup, the Sharks pumped the Pumas to end their winning streak, so let's hope the URC Sharks can do some damage. Grigio, before going onto the pitch, that'll rattle the French, haha. Indeed, yeah. So, Sia Khaleesi here standing alongside Antoine Dupont, and this is, yeah, going to get our weekend started, of course. 3 big games for South African sides today. We've got Sharks, we've got, I believe, the Bulls are after this as well, and then Lions this evening. In the alternative competition, the what is it called? I've gone blank on the name. Nonetheless, of course, all playing European rugby and knockout phase rugby. And yeah, I've got more people in the comments here, saying the poll is crazy. Toulouse will dominate us without Jaden and Eben. Yeah, it is a bit of an interesting one. I think people are more hoping that Sharks will win rather than believing that that is in fact the case. Sharks certainly, even with this team, not arriving as favourites, especially without Eben Etzebeth, who has now obviously picked up an injury for 14 weeks. So he's going to be rushed into the World Cup at the end of the year. So it's going to be a bit dangerous with regards to watching his his fitness, but we'll have to make do. And yeah, we are about to get this game underway, and I will just quickly set up my tracker here so you guys can see everything, of course. And perhaps tell me which one you guys would prefer. We've got this scoreboard here. I've got the thing on my right-hand side here, nice and easy. Or would you prefer this one here? I've got them all below me, and you can see an easy score line there. Be sure to let me know in the comments which one would you prefer. I'm going to leave it at this one for now, and you can tell me to switch back to the smaller one if that is what you'd prefer as well. And again, everybody, be sure to go look at the comment in the description of the video to see how you can watch this game for free utilizing ExpressVPN. Obviously, utilizing a free trial from ExpressVPN in order for it to be free. But nonetheless, those steps there, very easy to go follow. Be sure to go and check that out, and you can go and see how you can watch the game as well. Otherwise, everyone, be sure to stay here, because most of the commentary, I think, is going to be in French, unless we can get an English commentator somewhere. So be sure to stick around to the channel where at least we will be speaking in English for those, of course, who speak it. Comments going in saying, first option, Dylan says, so you want me to go back to the smaller screen? Actually, the current one. All right, we'll stay at the current one. It gets a little bit more. Big scoreboard for me if others are good. Yeah, I think we'll leave it at this one for now. It's all good there. And Evan will be fine. 5 months to the World Cup. He'll be back within 3 and fresh. Well, let's certainly hope so. That would be great. Of course, we are holding a moment of silence here. I have absolutely no idea for whom we are holding this moment of silence. And it's done now. And yeah, this stadium is packed. And the French are very, very loud rugby fans, of course. Very passionate as well. And it's going to be quite difficult for the Sharks to try and contain this French crowd and to silence them. And they do make a lot of noise about any small thing that happens in the game. And French directors, of course, for today, and they're notorious, of course, for picking up all the small issues that might have been found during play and trying to get some dangerous play put onto the screen, but never of their home team, always of the away team. And if something happens with the home team, they almost always try to avoid showing anything. So we have the game underway. Kerwin Bosch kicks the ball up into the air. Sharks go and chase. It's a shallow restart, just on the edge of the 22 there, and Sharks almost managed to win it, but not able to. And Toulouse already kicking the ball right back into the Sharks' half, trying to gain this territory early on. Now, Kern Bosch with the ball, approaching the line, puts an up and under in for Butter Chamberlain to chase. He's underneath it, but Ramos gets there first, and Ramos does secure the ball for Toulouse, just behind the halfway line. DuPont then again driving that ball back into the Sharks' half, all the way up to pretty much the try line. Kern Bosch is picking this up. He almost knocked this on. I think they think that was knocked on, but he's going to try and attack the line. He is going with Mapimpi on his winger. And Mapimpi here being a little bit held up, but eventually brought down near touch on that far touchline there. Just outside the 22, the Sharks here having to drive it up. Bongi Manambi drives at the line, and now setting up for Williams to put a box kick in. Box kick goes up. It's up and under chase. Mapimpi is going to get underneath this one. Eyes on the ball. He doesn't win it, but Andrews does win the spill. And now here comes Sharks. Williams tries to go, but good tackle from DuPont, who stops him before going anywhere. Now it comes to Oxenchair, who is big, but is met by just even bigger opposition. And Sharks now still with the ball, just inside their half. And Bosch looks for a touch finder, and it's in the 22, but it's spilt here by Toulouse, but only backwards, of course. And it's kicked all the way back into the Sharks' half. And now Mapimpi comes running up the line, looking for a pass inside. It comes to Kerwin Bosch, who gets taken down just past the 10-meter line in the Sharks' half as well. So Sharks with some early possession here. Rowan Jans van Rensburg on the wing makes some good ground here, past the 10-meter line, but loses the ball in the tackle and has been knocked on, unfortunately. So now Toulouse has got the ball. Now they're shifting across their line quickly. The crowd are encouraging them to run, and they've passed it out wide. And eventually the tackle is made there by Werner Koch. Still inside their own half here, Toulouse quite well inside their own half, but they've got some space here out in the wing, and indeed he's going down the wing here, and he passes inside. Oh my word, it's a horrible looping pass, and Sia Khaleesi collects, passes it back to Kerwin Bosch, who now kicks, but hits the head of the Toulouse player, and Rowan Jans van Rensburg picks up the ricochet. Now here comes Sharks, it's Williams, he tries to pass out to Mapimpi, but just defended there by Toulouse. Great counter-attacking rugby by the Sharks, they're almost getting through. Brilliant little run from Williams, who managed to get free of his player. But, my word, that was almost a great little counter-attack from Sharks. Phew. A rush start to the game, I think. Dear. So we do have our first line out of the game here. This is about to get going, but we're just taking a small breather because that was quite a fast-paced start. Yeah, very fast-paced start, in fact. Super Sport is really struggling with the commentary here, or at least whoever's giving us the commentary feed. Sierklisi takes the ball out of the line and passes over, and Jens van Rensburg, who drives up the line. They're all the way onto the 5-meter line here, the Sharks. They really do seem up for this game. Very little rolling there from Toulouse. I don't know if it's actually going to be an advantage, but a lot of non-rolling. Bongi Manami runs hard the line again on the 5-meter line here. Oxenchair gets it, but it's dived through and it's been knocked on by Oxenchair just on the 5-meter line. So it will be the first scrum of the game. Sharks starting this game very, very well. In fact, really, really seem up for it. The Sharks for once. Last European game out, they didn't really wake up too quickly, but they seem to be up for this game. And hopefully, this is a good sign of things to come. They've started with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy, and running hard at the line. And I think they're well up for this game. Only 4 minutes in, of course, but they started very well. Of course, it's a AstroTurf grass pitch, I believe. So not the nicest thing to play on for players. Actually, no, I think it's normal grass, having said that. And this first scrum's gone straight up, so they will have to redo that. That's no problem. So yeah, let me know if your thoughts, guys, of the opening 5 minutes, I suppose, of rugby here. You surprised by the Sharks coming out with a bit of fire, a bit of energy? Or is this just to be expected? Are they going to dwindle that down? Of course, possession very much firmly with the Sharks right now. Crouch, bind, set. DuPont feeds the ball into the scrum, eventually. And it's gone straight down on the Toulouse, but nonetheless, they take it out and try to run it out from within their own half. Comes out to the wing here. But Sierklisi has done very well to get across to present a problem, so they've had to kick it further up the field. And it's well covered by Kerwin Bosch, who's now running straight back at the line. And yeah, he's kicked it straight down the middle. Weird kick. Takes 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce over the try line now. And Intermac will now put the ball down inside his goal line area so that he will have that to kick out of. But Sharks are just making sure the rugby is being played in the Toulouse half, keeping the ball far down the pitch there, away from their try line. So just trying to keep the possession as much as they can, but at the same time, happy to kick it away as long as it's going deep inside the Toulouse half. So Toulouse, with the in-goal dropout, kicks right up the middle of the field, and it's collected here by Noche, who's running hard at the line, obviously wearing the number 8. Goes in, big hits there. And Sharks do well to recover this ball. It's inside Toulouse half now. And Thomas Detroit tries to swing it quickly, but doesn't get it appropriately through. Butter Chamberlain eventually regathers and kicks it through. Vincent Chituka with a seriously big run here. I think it's Chituka. No, indeed, it's Lukanya who tried to chase it there. But very well just kicked back. Very interesting little... and Ramos there just literally grubber kicked it without picking it up, just to get it away from danger. Lukanya was chasing very hard and just kicked it across to his... supporting fly-off. It's unbelievable. It's like proper football, that. That is brilliant play there by Ramos. And Intermac takes it, of course, and then kicks it straight out. But just shows the sheer confidence of some of these players there. So line at here to the Sharks. In the middle of the 10-meter line to the 22. So inside the Toulouse half. And still Sharks pretty much with all the possession. It's passed out to Kieran Bosch. Tried something, but Grant Williams is going to have to... oh my word, he's passed the ball all the way out to Mapipi. He's found himself space and he's shifted one player off. That's a big hit there, and he's going to stay down, the Toulouse player. It looks like Intermac, who's the one staying down. Now Lukanya charging at the line. Passes it back to Williams. Passes to Sierklisi, who's running himself. Passes it back to Thomas Dutoy. They're well inside the 22 now, Sharks. Doing very well to make up some ground. An advantage to the Sharks as well. So they've got a bit of freedom here. Sierklisi runs hard. and loses the ball, unfortunately. Yeah. Big hit there by Mapimpi. Big hit there. Big hit, head-to-head contact. But I think that could well be a yellow card, you know. We'll be interested to see what happens here because Mapimpi gets a split second to look and suddenly comes in there. It's actually the number 14 there of it's number 14 there of Malia. It's a yellow card, I think it's going to be, but to whom is actually one would assume to Malia. Yeah, so it will be to Toulouse. So there's going to be a yellow card to Toulouse. Number 23 has been told to leave because he's come on in his place because it's a head injury assessment for Malia, who's gone off. But he's got a yellow card. So Sharks with an early bit of an advantage here. It's a yellow card. Yeah, over there saying head-to-head contact should be a red, but what should be a yellow? And yeah, it was indeed a yellow. Not sure it should necessarily be a red. It's a late change from a Pimpy, which I think is what minimizes it down from a red card. It would have been a red card, I feel, if Mapimpi didn't change his line, but he changed it right last minute, which meant that Malia was suddenly taken by a bit of surprise, and hence that's why the head-to-head contact happened. So Sharks are going for posts here, so it'll be the first chance at points. Can they put it over and put themselves into an early lead? So I think actually the right call is made in the end. I know South Africans love to feel hard done by the ref, but I do think that's the correct decision. I think it's a very late change of angle from Mapimpi. Nothing wrong with it, of course, from Mapimpi, but I think that just throws Malia off a little bit. He wasn't necessarily looking for violent conduct or foul play, but he does go in high, and so yellow card I think is 100% the right decision. And he's already gone off with a head injury assessment, so I think the right, not quite justice, but certainly the right events have occurred. Bosch has slotted it over, so Sharks are finding themselves in the lead, 3 points up to 0. So Sharks, with the first points of the game, can they keep this start up? It's been a really, really good start for the Sharks. So Toulouse will get the game going up again. Very much for the money here, Sharks being in the lead. And it's picked up by Notcher deep inside the 22 there, trying to run out of his 22 as well. They're setting up the ruck here. Williams looking for the box kick to take this ball back towards Toulouse. And it is out just past the Sharks' 10-meter line. Dylan saying, keep the pressure, boys. Indeed, keep the pressure on Toulouse. Sharks need to keep this up because it's been a very good start, and Toulouse are quite not taken aback by it, but certainly it's certainly not a start I think that they were expecting. I think they were expecting to have a little bit more possession, a little bit more dominance, and of course, the early yellow card here is putting a threat to their ability to keep going. And there's a bit of a misfielded pass in the middle there from their own lineout. Eventually, the tackle is made by Andrews. And Toulouse now with the ball in hand just inside the Sharks' half by their 10-meter line. Running hard at them. And Dupont chooses to grab her over. And it's a huge chase here on the wing by Lebel, but not able to get there. This is very, very quick Lebel, of course. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough challenge for Werner Koch as well to keep up with him. Fast in his own right, of course, but not quite that same pace. Lebel is next level pace, and Dupont knows this. And I think there's going to be a lot of kicks in behind from Toulouse. And Sharks are going to have to try and field it behind. And Butter Chamberlain's also going to have his work cut out to him. And the ball has gone out inside the 22-meter area for the Sharks. So Bongi Banambi here will put the ball in. Gone for the front there. It was almost messy. And eventually taken out by Bongi Banambi. Passed it through to Noche, who runs hard at the line there. Or runs hard at their defensive line, rather. And Williams passes back to Kieran Bosch, who kicks towards the line. It's all right kick, but it's not quite relieved enough pressure for the Sharks. But it's taken quickly by Toulouse, and now they're running straight back at them. And it comes to Lebel on the wing, but it's a big tackle there by Oxenshire, who keeps pulling players off. And spilt there again from Toulouse, but still holding on to the ball. Noche and Oxenshire goes over the ball. I think he's won the ball. I think he's got the ball in his hands. He has managed to turn it over. Brilliant turnover by Oxenshire. And it comes back to Kieran Bosch, who now looks to charge with the line. Lekanya passes out to Noche, who finds Butter Chamberlain, who now has Mapimpi on his outside, but he can't find him, unfortunately. He gets tackled, and he has knocked it forward in the tackle there. So it will be a scrum on the far touchline, just about the 10-meter line of Toulouse. But not bad rugby there again from Sharks, running hard at Toulouse and doing well to spread them. Unfortunate, Butter Chamberlain there trying to free the ball up to pop it off the floor, but in so doing knocks the ball on. So another scrum. The first scrum, we didn't really see much dominance from either team. I think the Sharks were a little bit better, but we'll see how it is in this one now. Of course, we've got Bale, Mauvaka, and Aldegheri versus Oxenshire, Bongi Banambi, and Thomas Dutoy in those front rows. So it's a very, very heavy front row battle between the two sides here. And this French side are very loud already today, making a lot of noise. And the Sharks, getting a little bit dominated now, but Toulouse take it out before they can make use of it. And, oh my word, it's a very interesting backline move from Toulouse, and they've got space here. And Lebel has now got himself free. He's going around the outside. My word, he's quick. And he's through, but he's tackled on the line by Mapimpi. And then Ramos has put the ball over, but the ref's going to call it back, and he's going to see whether or not this is a try scored. Very, very big tackle right at the end there by Mapimpi. Does very well just to eventually bring Lebel down. But right on the line, pretty much, Lebel passes back towards Ramos, who then is unable to pick it up, but he kicks it forward and scores the try, I think. I think it was knocked on, actually, so maybe it's knocked on. So great try-saving tackle there from Mapimpi. It is a knock on it, so he tries to feed the ball back there, Lebel, but I think he knocks it on. I think he throws it forward. It's technically a forward pass. Great pass, tackle, I mean, from Mapimpi right at the end there. And yeah, it is going to be a forward pass from Ramos, so it won't be a try. So great defense from Mapimpi, who initially didn't do particularly well. Got beaten for pace from Lebel, but made his way back and saved the try right at the end there, just pulling on the back of his shirt, pulling him down. And Lebel tries to pass through to Ramos. Unable to. So we are scrum right on the line, basically. Are they going to give the try? They're having a look at this TMO. I think they might have given the try, you know. Surely this is not a try. Yeah, clearly throws it forward, but not a try to Toulouse there. Yeah, not a try there. So apologies for the scoreboard. I think that will change back now. But it's certainly not a try to Toulouse. It still remains Sharks 3, Toulouse 0. With a scrum to come here. And Toulouse are not happy about it, and all their fans are booing. I don't know why. It was very obviously passed forward. Scoreboard has changed back to 0 now, so I'm happy about that. But Sharks now waiting for Toulouse to eventually arrive for the scrum. It's going to be right on the Sharks line here, the 5-meter line in the corner, so not going to be easy at all. But yeah, a great start still from the Sharks. I think they can just keep this up. There's only 4 minutes left on that yellow card. They haven't really taken advantage of that all that much. So they're going to need to try and do some more running rugby here, Sharks. But first need to get past this defensive scrum right on their try line here. Williams feeds it in. Sharks have got great pressure. Great pressure. It's a penalty to the Sharks. What a brilliant scrum from the Sharks. Brilliant scrum. And that's going to give them huge confidence, of course. And Malia is back, so it sounds like he's going to come back onto the field. So his head injury assessment test was fine, but he's still got 3 minutes to wait on his yellow card. And I can already see in the background on Twitter and things like that that people are calling out the decision with regards to the head-on-head contact. But I think, again, it's a difficult one because there is reasoning as to why that it changes from a red down to a yellow. The ref literally says it goes down to a yellow because of the very late change of direction from a pimpy. So I suppose maybe that is the argument that people will use. I can go with it, to be fair. I can't. We'd rather see good rugby. I know everybody wants that advantage, but you know, I don't think it was all that malicious. And we carry on nonetheless. Sharks from the line out there, passing all of my word. Lukanya, I'm almost spinning it, but doing well to eventually recover and grabs it forward and goes out just about the halfway line. We almost messed it up there, Lukanya, but did well to regather. So, not too poor there. Not too poor. I feel very small, I feel, on the top of my screen there. I'll just come back up a little bit. Should I maybe make myself a little bigger? You know what? Maybe that's not a bad idea. Feel a little small. I'm going to perhaps make myself a little bit larger on the screen. I'm a little bit hidden. Tell you what, how's that? There you go. I'm a little bit bigger now. I'm more in your face, as it were. Sharks now, after that line out, running forward again with the ball in hand. And Keurenbosch tries to kick it through, but not able to. But Ryan Jans van Rensburg collects it, and he's down the middle, and he's motoring through the middle. He finds Vincent Tutuka, who's been a bit of space. He can't get free, though. Gets brought down in the 22. Williams now quickly looking for the line here. Comes to Mapimpi, comes to Lukanya. Not Lukanya. Oh, no. Obstruction right at the end. Right at the end. Noche thought he was through for the try. It was a penalty. Obstruction, unfortunately. And Toulouse take it quickly, and they kicked it right up the field, and it's gone out all the way back in the Sharks' half. So disappointment with the Sharks. They managed to get a breakthrough, and just a small obstruction, which causes Notch's availability to go through. But yeah, called back for that obstruction. No doubt penalty for obstruction. And yeah, unlucky for the Sharks. Almost scoring a try there. A very good try. And Charles Boshoff, welcome to the Forever Sports Members Club. Very, very happy to have you here. And of course, anybody else and everybody else can join the Members Club as well. And yeah, get a little bit of perks, get yourself some fancy badges next to your name, and you just show a lot of support to the channel. We do very much appreciate you. So Charles Boshoff, hats off to you. Thank you very much. And Toulouse now on the attack here from that penalty line out, of course. And well seen by Werner Koch there to come up and get over. Now Sharks trying to steal this ball. They are over it. They have stolen it. It's a great steal. And now here comes Sharks. Notche dives away, and Notche's doing very well today. Oh, I think Sia Khaleesi might have cleared a bit further than the ruck there. But seems to be fine. Thomas Dutoy takes it forward. And almost up to the halfway line, the Sharks here. Andrews acts as scrum half. Oxenchair now passing through. Now it comes to Mapimpi, who grabs it forward. Well, I say grab it. It was like a bit of a chip kick, a weird kick. But Toulouse now get the ball back. It comes to Intermac. And puts a high kick into the 22 here. And it's going to be recovered by Lukanya who passes to Keurenbosch, who doesn't put a good kick in. There's a spiral kick only onto his 10-meter line. He had lots of time there. Should have done a lot better. And that's a big victory there for Toulouse in terms of possession. And yeah, they will be now having their own line out on the Sharks' 10-meter line. Yeah, not a great kick there by Keurenbosch. Fortunately, putting a little bit more pressure on his team. I'm just going to stoppage and play. Yeah, we've got an injury to Rowan Jans van Rensburg, who's getting a bit of attention. But I think he should be fine to carry on, which is good. And if you guys are wondering how you can watch the game live, and for free somewhat, you can go and look at the description of the video, and we've got a great little thing there. Go and join ExpressVPN, and yeah, be sure to go and use that link as well, and use our code, of course, to subscribe to ExpressVPN. You can do it for a trial. I think it's a 7-day trial using an email address, and then follow those steps, and you go to a French server or a French free-to-air channel, and you can watch the game completely legally, which is the best part as well. So go and have a look at that. And yeah, that answers your question, I hope, Willem, saying please how to stream the games. That is how you can go and do it. So go look at the description and go follow those videos there. It should hopefully guide you to how to watch as well. It is in French, I believe, though, that stream. So if you guys wanted the English commentary, be sure to keep me up and have me on still. And I'm hoping that everybody is enjoying the comments that I'm giving. We are taking forever to get this game going again. Still, Rowan Jans van Rensburg is still getting attention. And Toulouse, of course, no longer have that yellow card. And Malia has gone off, though, meanwhile. So he has been replaced permanently by Delibert. So Delibert has come on in his place. So we will not see any more action from Malia. Rowan Jans van Rensburg has been heavily strapped on his left knee, I think. I think it's his left knee. I've just seen one of his knees, nonetheless. Yeah, his left knee's been heavily strapped now. So, should be okay now. So, Toulouse, with this line out, go straight to the first pod. They set up the maul and trying to push it forward now, but not really moving forward as of yet. We use it once, but Sharks are on the ball right now, and I think they're about to win this ball back. It's down by red. The ball is, however, presented. Penalty advantage to Toulouse. Apparently, it was actually brought down by Sharks. But here comes Lebel with that burst of pace. He runs to the middle, but Werner Klock eventually gets onto him and brings him down. Dupont takes it out, tries to go through. It's a high tackle from Bongi Banambi. That's going to be dangerous. And I think that might well be a yellow card to Bongi Banambi. That's not going to help Sharks at all. Ref saying penalty only, but they're going to have a look at this again. Toulouse fans, of course, making lots of noise, as they always do. Just a high tackle for me, not a yellow card. Certainly not a yellow card for me. Slips up, that's all that happens. I don't think this will be a yellow card. I'm sure it's absolutely fine. Willem there just in the comments, if you should go and read the description of the video, you can see exactly how you can watch the game. Toulouse now with this penalty are going to go for a kick themselves and get some points back on the board. Points on the board for themselves. Thomas Ramos, of course, lining up the kick for Toulouse. And he puts the ball through, and he's happy with it. It's gone over. And it's 3-3 in this game. So we're up to 3-3 in this game. The scoreboard is a little bit delayed for some reason. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting game right now. It's very much a tussle. As Dylan says, pretty tight. It's a very tight game at the moment. And Sharks get the game going again, and let's see if they can try and pass some more pressure onto Toulouse. Didn't really take too much advantage of that yellow card. And it's the huge player right now, Mirfao, who's running forward, is still going, eventually brought down outside his 22 here. And Dupont now setting up for the box kick. And it's an up and under that's gone up. And Sikumboza Noche is underneath this one. Gets it very nicely. Gathers very well. Williams now taking this ball out the rack eventually, if he should be able to get there. And comes out from Hobla, who's done very well to get up past the halfway line. And taking out the offsides there against Toulouse there for a retreating player. So a penalty to the Sharks on the halfway line there. So should hopefully be able to set themselves up a decent line-out quite close to Toulouse's line, and maybe that will present an opportunity for them to score a try. So, yeah, poor from Toulouse there. It was just very lazy retreating. Yeah, so Sharks here, they're going for the kick, I think. They can't be going for the kick from here. This is a long kick. I know Kern Bosch can kick far, but this is a long kick and a difficult kick. I would prefer to go for the line here and get close to the to the try line and perhaps have the try scoring opportunity here. But they're going for posts. It's a very far kick. It's a good 55-meter kick at least, as we see. Oh my word, played for Lions. I've gone blank at his name. Rory Cockett. There you go. It's Rory Cockett there in the stands right now, watching on. And here comes Kerwin Bosch's kick. Will he get this over? That's going to be the big question. Far kick, difficult kick. He lines it up, steps it up, and he's missed it. And it wouldn't have had the distance either. So I don't understand why the Sharks went for the kick there. I said it was a far kick, and he didn't have the distance, nor did he have the direction. So, difficult one for me. Difficult as to why you would kick that. I would prefer to go for the line, put some pressure on Toulouse, as well as, form a maul, because the pack seems to be a little bit strong. The Sharks pack seems to be a little bit stronger than that Toulouse pack. So I'd want to test them in the maul situation. As Butter Chamberlain takes the ball, he sets an up and under up, and it's a chase from Notcher, I think it is. He's not going to get there but he does get there for tackle, big tackle on Intermac, and he manages to get the ball back to Ramos, who kicks it forward, and it's well gathered by Kern Bosch near his 22, and he's running up towards the line. The box kick goes up, the up and under goes up. Butter Chamberlain chasing this. It's way too far for him. An easy kick for Ramos to hit towards the line, but Mapimpi is recovering this one. But the ball is bounced very badly all the way towards his try line here, but there's no chase from Toulouse at all. So Kern Bosch can run all the way to the edge of the 22, and he's going to run it himself. He's decided to run it himself, and he's done very well, Kern Bosch. He's up past the halfway line. He passes to Williams. He's got pace. He goes Williams. He cuts inside. It's going to be a try for the Sharks. What a brilliant, brilliant try for the Sharks. Fantastic try. Great support running from Williams there, but Kern Bosch starts the whole thing. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic try for the Sharks there, putting themselves into the lead. Again, 8 points now to 3. Grant Williams with the try. What a fantastic try for the Sharks. Kern Bosch looking for the kick and eventually decides to run. Dummies 1, dummies 2, finds the gap, runs through it brilliantly. Williams supporting very well, of course, got a lot of pace, Williams. And he then takes it home. Also manages to get a decent step right at the end. Just toying with, brilliant step. Just completely evades 2 as a result. Fantastic try for the Sharks. Absolutely brilliant. Sharks up to 8 points. They've scored right underneath the post for the kick to come. It should be kicked over very easily. And it should be 10 points to the Sharks to lose 3. Fantastic try. So, yeah, Kern Bosch basically made the try. And he finishes it off, converts it. 10 points currently behind the Sharks' name. Toulouse with 3. And I don't think a lot of people saw this coming. Sharks in the lead and very much for their money. And Kwanda, they say, great commentary. Appreciate you, Kwanda. Glad I can bring you the game in some exciting fashion, I hope. And be sure to subscribe to the channel, people. Like the video and maybe head over to my own channel and give me a little subscribe there as well. I have commented right up there. It's called Mark's Box. Be sure to go and have a look at the channel as well. We do some interesting things there, some fun things. If you're interested in my own thing. Nonetheless, we are here on Forever Sports. Be sure to subscribe here as well. And we'll do all the live streams for lots of rugby as well as F1. Now, F1's a big one for us as well now. So be sure to have a look at the channel as well. The ball has gone out here after this restart. And it will be a Sharks line out on more or less the halfway line. So yeah, Toulouse needing to wake up here a little bit. We've got 12 minutes before half time, but Sharks, for their money, well earned lead. They've started this game very nicely. And I say started, we're almost half an hour in, but they've got great energy is what the Sharks have done. They're really rushing up the line quickly. They're just up for this game, and it's great to see the Sharks playing with a bit of enthusiasm. Lose. And I think that just sums it up. Just some basic errors there for Toulouse, and another knock on there right in the middle of the field. So it'll be a scrum to the Sharks. And the Sharks, the previous scrum, won a scrum penalty. So be interested to see how this scrum fares. But a great tackle there eventually by Notcher there. And yeah, poor attempt there from Arnold, I think it is, who knocks it on. Yeah, really poor. I think he should be catching that under no pressure. Just, yeah, poor. But Toulouse need to wake up a little bit because Sharks are going to punish them, I think, again if they're not careful. As we get the scrum going now. And there's an early shove there from Toulouse. And they're going to have a reset scrum here. And I was actually correct earlier. It is a hybrid field, this. Which is not great. Players don't like it. Because it burns. It's really not fun to play on. Landing on this sort of thing. It's just like basically carpet burn permanently. It's horrible. Nonetheless, they're going to have to get over it and continue the game. So Sharks, as I said, previous scrum got a lot of dominance over this Toulouse side. And I'm interested to see whether or not that'll happen again. We have set. Ball is in. It's a big push from Toulouse, but Sharks holding it nicely. Looking better structured, but now starting to fold. And it's a penalty to Toulouse. Massive scrum eventually coming in there. I don't know why Williams didn't take the ball out. He had the ability to take it out, but chose not to. Now it's a penalty to Toulouse, and it's a great kickable opportunity for them. I'm sure they'll go for post here, of course, and knock out Rugby. I just want to see who eventually folds. I think it's Thomas Dutoy eventually folds. Yeah, just completely dominating that Shark scrum eventually there. A little bit of scrumming in, I'd almost feel, actually. Yeah, I was about to say, the Sharks players are arguing it as well, and I think it's 100% correct. I think there's quite a bit of scrumming in there from Toulouse, because it wasn't moving, and suddenly it just suddenly got huge go forward, and I think as a result of a change of angle from Toulouse. So harsh decision, I think, for the Sharks there. Definitely think he turned in there, and I think Captain Lucanio, I'm just going to have some words with the ref and perhaps get him aware of that, and maybe see Ecclesi as well, being the forwards representative. And the ball is over though, so Toulouse back up to 6 points. Sharks 10, Toulouse 6, and Neil Powell still watching on for his Sharks team. And, yeah, he'll be chuffed so far with what's happened in this game, but I think he'll want to try and get some more points between them and Toulouse, because I think Toulouse are going to wake up in the second half. So quite desperate for them to try and get some more points on the board. Ball's played backwards towards Ramos, who kicks it towards the line, doesn't go out, and Butter Chamberlain takes the ball forward now. Sikambuza Noche runs hard at the line. He finds the gap, or he doesn't find the gap. He gets taken out just as easily. But on the 10-meter line, inside Toulouse's half, the Sharks find themselves. Oxenshare running hard. Really loving watching the Sharks today. That's just been, it's just been great enthusiasm from them. Oh, knocked on there now. Commentator's curse from Kobler, and now Toulouse come away with the ball, and they're just shifting it in contact the whole time. Eventually, not even. Tackle's not made yet. Comes forward is Mauvaka, who eventually goes down. And it's a penalty to the Sharks for holding on. Great steal there. Just want to see who it was that did it. I think it was Rohan Janssen van Rensburg. Indeed, fantastic from Rohan Janssen van Rensburg. Toulouse doing very well just to keep the ball going in broken play there, and not letting the ball stop moving. But Sharks eventually making the tackle, and Rohan Janssen van Rensburg doing very well to stop the attack, getting over the ball and winning the penalty for the Sharks. Kurbosh kicks for the line, goes out just past the halfway line. Decent kick. It's actually almost past the 10-meter line, so good kick there. And Sharks will now have an opportunity to attack the Toulouse line. Quite a bit of distance to go, of course, but at least it's in the Toulouse half. Great steal there from Rohan Janssen van Rensburg. You're not moving him there. Line out goes in from the Sharks. Great line out. Comes back to Williams, who passes to Bernard Koch, who tries to spot the gap. Not able to. Williams takes the ball out and he knocks it on in the process. Ah, dear. That was very poor from Williams there. Should not have done that at all. No reason to have knocked that on. So it'll be another scrum now. Time is off. I think somebody's down. Just on 33 minutes, 33 seconds. And of course, whilst time is out, be sure to go and check out our partners on the channel, ExpressVPN, as well as Betcoza. You can go and bet on rugby, of course. And every week we've got the fan forum where we've got Chris from Betcoza coming through for us and telling us bets for the weekend and sort of bets you should be looking at. And he keeps winning, eh? So if you want to have some good rugby bets, go and have a look at those shows and Chris's predictions there, because certainly you could make a little bit of money from betting there through Betcoza, of course. Be sure to go and look at Betcoza as well. And otherwise, ExpressVPN for watching this game for free. And again, look in the description of the video to see how you can watch this game for free and legally. Yes, as I said, link is also, as I said, you just go and look at those 4 steps there and you'll see exactly how you can do it. Scrum is underway. Looks like a good shove from the Sharks, and it's gone down on the near side, but ball is already out. And there's a lot of stepping from Dupont. Dupont trying to come forward with the ball. Great stepping. Eventually gets the ball out to Lebel. And Lebel is now trying to charge infield. Paul's got great pace, Lebel. And Dupont takes the ball out, passes to the massive Miafau. And manages to still go through Miafau. And now there's a bit of broken play here. And Ryan Jens van Rensburg misses the tackle. Goes back and oh dear. Oh my word, great last-ditch tackle from Werner Koch. I thought it was going to be a certain try, and it's been knocked on by Toulouse. So Sharks get away with it again. Siet Kalisa takes it out and gets tackled, and now Sharks set up the ruck there. My word, poor tackle from Werner Janssen from Rensburg, but Werner Koch doing very well to make a last-ditch tackle and causes the knock-on as well. And that's a decent clearance as well from Kieran Bosch. Great tackle from Werner Koch. And in the ruck there, whilst Toulouse trying to get the ball, knocks it on. Great last tackle there from Werner Koch, as Dylan says. Has the heart of a lion, indeed, except for the fact he plays for the Sharks. He could play for the Lions, that could be quite fun. Yeah, it does very well to ensure that Toulouse do not score a try. They're almost certain try. And now they're going to have to keep on defending their Sharks just before half-time. Just 5 minutes left of this half. And Toulouse are just outside their 22. So Sharks still got quite a bit of work to do here, but did very well there. As Conrad Koopman is saying there, where can we watch the game live? And again, look in the description of the video. You can go and see a 4-step problem there. And again, French directors doing their absolute best here to try and get Lekanya looked at here. He trips over Lekanya and falls over. And fans just love making so much noise, the French. And this is often why a lot of people don't like French rugby. It's because the fans are ridiculous and the directors are ridiculous. And they're just often seen as cheats because they keep trying to show nothing, basically, and trying to make meals out of absolutely nothing the whole time. Luckily, the ref is hopefully not being influenced by it, and same as the TMO. Hopefully they're not listening too much to the crowd and to the directors and just playing the game of rugby properly. Chester here saying this is awesome, like Super Rugby when Super Rugby was good. This is the best rugby. Indeed, it's great to see some high level rugby being played from South African teams in club rugby again. And we are going to continue here. Nothing's going to be looked at, as I say. And it will be a Toulouse line out just on the Sharks 22 here. Sharks have been really struggling to take Miafau out. He's really going forward nicely. And now they set up the maul now, Toulouse. And this maul is motoring. So they need to really try and get in there, stop this maul. It's moving sideways now, but it's now starting to move forward a little bit. It's advantage to Toulouse now. So Toulouse have got the this penalty advantage. They take it out through Dupont. And it's very quickly taken by Intermac. Passes out. Ramos feeds it out to the wing, comes to the wing, and Malia, who is back on the field, goes over in the corner. And Sharks, for all that they're doing so well, are now find themselves behind going into the halftime. Well, it's close to halftime at least. They were doing so well, but then Toulouse, ridiculous quickness in terms of passing the ball along the line. And yeah, great finish there from Malia in the corner. Siaklisi not able to take him out just before he puts that ball down. Almost a good tackle, but not quite. Sean O'Fallon saying Sharks at the moment are doing good. Better than the Bulls. Yeah. So Sharks still in this game. I mean, they're going to look at this, but I think he definitely gets this ball down. Yeah, 100% a try with the conversion to come. Sharks, unfortunate, because they're doing very well. But they're still in it. They're still just within 3 points if they should get this ball over. If they don't, it's only a 1 point game. So it's still very, very tight. And I think Sharks shouldn't be too upset with this right now. They just need to keep going. And I think the one thing is they need to try and play some more rugby in the Toulouse 22. Because I think when they were running at them and playing some interesting moves in the back line, they were finding space. And actually, they are just as equally good as Toulouse are with regards to broken play. So Sharks should try and take advantage of it a bit more. Toulouse now with the kick. Thomas Ramos kicks, he misses it. So it is only a 1 point game. So yeah, 11 points to Toulouse. Sharks with 10. Very close to half time now. But can the Sharks try and put this ball deep inside the Toulouse half from this restart and perhaps try and cause a bit of an attack for them, maybe? You know, they'll try and kick the ball out to lose, and it won't go out too far, I'm hoping. But it's got a shallower kick. It's just outside the 22s, but Pimpy's chasing. But I think, yeah, there's a penalty against Mapimpi there for early engage or early hitting the player there off the ball. Not hitting the player, obviously, just pushing the player off before he could try and pick the ball up from that restart. Poor penalty to give away. And now Toulouse can punt the ball right back into the Sharks' half through Intermac and have an attack of their own right at the end of the half. Really poor discipline there from Mapimpi. And the ball's been kicked right back into the Sharks' half, and it could be another attack for the for Toulouse. Ramos shows he is human. Indeed, yeah. He is human every now and then, but a fantastic player as well. I mean, the pace of the Toulouse backline is also just ridiculous. Lebel, Malia, Ramos, Intermac, Dupont. It's ridiculous. Really is ridiculous. Oh my word, and Toulouse try an interesting maul technique, and it worked very well, and they've pushed it all the way almost down to the 22 already. They shifted the ball in, thinking Sharks thought it was going to be the normal maul, but it shifted to a different one. To a different pod. And now they're playing with an advantage here, Toulouse. Again, Sharks discipline starting to fail right at the end of this half. Dupont takes it out. And it's poor handling from Toulouse, but they'll go back for the penalty against Chobla, I think it is. Or was it Andrews? Apparently it's against Andrews for going in. Side entry, yeah, on the maul. Now, is this a kickable opportunity for Toulouse? Will they go for the kick? Will they go for the line? It's going to be an interesting one. Just 20 seconds left. I think Toulouse might risk it and go for the line here. The maul has been working very well for them so far. So, I think that might well be the decision. They're having a shot at goal. So, Ramos will have a shot at goal. Poor there from Andrews. Very obviously coming from the side. The Chester Donnelly here saying most of these players are superhuman. Their speed and fitness is incredible. Yeah, we are watching two very, very high quality sides play against each other. Lots of internationals, of course, in both teams. Many Springboks and many French players on display here. So great rugby being watched. And it's a full capacity crowd basically as well in France. As Thomas Ramos lines the kick up. He's got 2 out of 3 so far. And we are past the half-time point share, so it's going to be the last play of the game. Well, for the half at least. And Ramos kicks, and it's a great kick straight down the middle, and he takes the points back up to 14 now. Sharks only on 10, Toulouse on 14, and that takes us to half-time, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, be sure to stay on the channel and have a chat in the comments section about what half you just saw there. And me, on the other hand, I'm going to take a quick break, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back for the second half of the Heineken Champions Cup between Sharks and Toulouse. Can Toulouse win or can Toulouse lose? That's what the question we are all asking. Will they win this game? They're currently leading Sharks from 14 points to Sharks 10. Sharks did quite well this first half there, but they just fell asleep in those last 5 minutes there and just unfortunately gave up a bit of possession to Toulouse and just allowed them to get points back on the board and get ahead of them. But nonetheless, we've got the game underway and Sharks have done well in the restart. It's inside the 22. They're setting up for the box kick here. Williams taking the ball to the back of the ruck and kicks it now for the line and will go out. And it's an all-right exit. It's up to about their 10-meter line. So, yeah, they're going to have to do some early defending against the Toulouse side, who are starting to find their feet at the end of that first half. They were not quite with it in the first 20 minutes, but they've grown into the game to lose big time. And yeah, now Sharks are going to have to really work hard to try and come at this Toulouse side and get a result out of today. And let me know in the comments, do you think the Sharks can do it? Do you think they can come back into this game, get ahead of them? Set up the maul there, the Toulouse, but Sharks did very well to take it out immediately. And the first half, that maul was really working for them. And ball has come back here. Dupont eventually takes it out. Pass it to the big man of Miafau. Tackle still being made. Dupont finding it in this bit of space here for Toulouse. They can get it out wide, but Ramos cannot get his hands free. And it's kind of being dragged out. Tackle's been called, but Werner Koch steals the ball in the tackle. Does very well there. Pass the ball to Vincent Chituka, who goes down in the challenge as well. And Sharks now got possession of the ball just outside their 22, so they're well to turn that over. Williams now fetching the ball and going to pass it back to Kerwin Bosch, who I'm sure will look for a long distance up the middle of the field. He does indeed. It's past the 10-meter line in the Toulouse half, but it's well covered here by Intermac, who kicks it right back at Kerwin Bosch on the side there. And Kerwin Bosch now running back at the line. I think he's going to go for an up and under. Indeed, he's not actually going to go for an up and under. He's stepping around. He did this in the first half, and they scored a try as a result. Not able to get through this time, though. Up towards the halfway line, though, now. Kerwin Bosch from that run. And Williams takes it out. Passes through to Bongi Banambi. He gets tackled on the 10-meter. Williams now looking for a kick. I think it's going to be an up and under here with a big chase from the Sharks, hopefully. And the chase is being had by Andrews and Werner Koch. Werner Koch's underneath it, and he's gone up, but unfortunately couldn't gather the ball, but it did pop up now. Toulouse with possession. Intermac takes it forward, but eventually taken down by Rohan Jans van Rensburg. Did very well. Siaklice unable to ruck over, and Toulouse do regather the ball inside their own half. Just outside the 22, Toulouse and Sharks trying to go over, but unable to. Dupont goes a completely different way and then eventually kicks right up the middle of the field. And Kerwin Bosch is right underneath. It's got lots of space to play with Kerwin Bosch. And he kicks it up for an up and under. Buddha Chamberlain this time chasing. And it's a good chase, I think. And unfortunately doesn't manage to gather it. But Dupont now comes away with the ball. It's got open space and he sees one. He steps one. He gets free. Can't get his arms free though. And gets taken down on the halfway line. And a penalty against the Sharks there for Williams diving through. So yeah, interesting. This is one of the newer rules in rugby right now. We've just seen what the penalty here is for. So Williams goes through into the ruck. And when the ball is taken out, it's the new rule now. If a ball is taken out from the ruck and you're a part of the ruck, you cannot make the first tackle. You can't make a tackle from the ruck if you're adjoined to the ruck in the middle of it. So you can't dive through the ruck to make the tackle from within the ruck. So it's technically an offsides position. So he will be penalised as a result. Toulouse has kicked the ball almost all the way onto the Sharks line. And the Sharks are going to have to do some defending again. Toulouse have started this half a lot better than they started the first half. And Sharks are really much under pressure right now already. Fans very much behind them. Toulouse have got their tails up. And Sharks are going to have to do a lot of defending now. Ball goes in, but Sharks managed to steal it in the line-out. Great steal there from Grobler. And as a result, Williams is just going to wait now and get this ball out from the back of the ruck and kick it forward as far as he can. Ball does go forward. I don't think it's going to go out. No, it does go out. It's not a brilliant kick, if I'm honest. Just outside the 22 there, so Sharks really not out of danger all that much. So it'll be another line out to Toulouse now. Just outside the Sharks 22. Don't quite know what happened there. Do apologise. Had a little bit of a glitch there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but should be all good now. Toulouse coming forward. Thomas du Toit goes over, but falls immediately. And big hit from Siya Khaleesi on Flamand. Gets taken down. Ramos tries a little an interesting dinky there. Tries to go for the drop goal out of absolutely nowhere and does miss. However, so Sharks will have a 22-meter dropout, I think. Or was it a goal line dropout? I can't actually quite remember. I think it's a 22-meter dropout. So Sharks survived there, but I don't quite know why Ramos randomly just goes for the drop goal. It's a very bizarre attempt and doesn't really make sense to me. No, well. Kieran Bosch now being told to hurry up by the ref and get this ball going. And yeah, it does get the play going again. It's a very high thing and chased well by, I think, Andrews there. And here comes Toulouse again. Siya Khaleesi over this ball right now, but not able to get there. And oh, there's space on the wing here for Toulouse. They passed infield. Dupont will go over and he passes all the way back to Ramos. Great team play there by Toulouse. Easy try. The Sharks have not woken up to this game yet. Not at all. Easy try. They've not woken up the second half. And yeah, a difficult game just became very difficult for the Sharks. Thomas Ramos going over. And yeah, just, I mean, literally very basic defense there. All it was just shifting the ball quickly down the line. Eventually got to the wing of Malia. Malia runs up. Dupont supporting him on the inside. And Dupont does it well supported. Runs towards the middle. Sees Ramos also supporting him. And passes into Ramos, who can pretty much go almost straight under the mid post there for his own kick to come now. And yeah, I'm sure it'll be 21 points to 10 now. Sharks going to have a lot of work to do now. Oh dear. Ah dear, poor Sharks. They'll be exiting this competition in the quarterfinals, it looks like, unless they can fight their way back. They're still within this game. But it's 2 tries now to score to get ahead. And as with how good Toulouse has been today in defense and generally, it's going to be a very tough ask. Lots of time though still on the board. Still more than half an hour to play of rugby. So Sharks need to just consolidate, play what they know best, keep the ball in hand as much as I think they can. I think also just try a bit of running rugby. You know, let's just see it as a bit of interesting rugby. They keep kicking it a lot. You know, the South African way, kicking it a lot. But I think they need to calm down on that. And there's an accidental obstruction there from Toulouse on the 22-meter line. So it's going to be an early advantage to the Sharks to try and get some points back. Now, interesting decision. Does Lukanya decide to go for posts here? Or does he go towards the line and try to maul it over? For me, I'm thinking you haven't once tested this Toulouse side in terms of a attacking line out on the line. Put the ball on the 5-meter, try and maul it over. Let's see. And they are going to do that, so it's fantastic. Kieran Bosch kicks at the line, and our Sharks will have their first line out on the Toulouse try line, basically. And yeah, I really hope they can do something from this. They can need an early try here after that recent score from Toulouse, just to keep themselves in the question and get themselves some confidence in the second half, because they have not rocked up quite just yet in the second half. Now, first order of business, win the line out. They do win the line out. They set up the maul. It's well set. As turning down the side, there goes Siya Khaleesi darting, but unable to get free of the player there. So Williams has got the ball now, and he's going to pass to Oxenche, who's waiting for it. He'll charge up the middle. Oxenche does well. Gets up to the 5-meter line. Williams passes to Thomas du Toit. He's very isolated. Thomas du Toit manages to get the ball out to Kieran Bosch, who passes back to Werner Koch, who tries to dart himself, dancing his way there, almost onto the 5-meter line as well. Grant Williams now passing back to Bongi Banambi. Gets taken down in Banambi. Williams now passing to Oxenche, who runs hard at the line. And well supported there from the Sharks. Lukanya now running hard again, supported by Sukumbuzo Noche. Tackle is made. Williams quickly getting this ball out, passing out to Kieran Bosch, who passes to Siya Khaleesi, who does very well to get his hands free. Gives it to Werner Koch, who tries to dive in through, but unable to. And the ball's been stolen on the ground, but I think that's more or less illegal, surely, ref. A tackle was being made. I don't quite know how Toulouse have got this ball. And indeed, they are questioning it. Lacagna Am's got a head injury in midfield, so they're going to stop the game now. Oh, it's actually Oxen Chair, sorry. But, like, how... You can't turn that over. That's illegal. Because Werner Kok does not lose this ball if that player is not doing anything to him. He's literally trying to feed the ball away. The tackle's been made. You can't then go for the ball once the tackle's been made. It's no daylight, as Dylan says in the comments. And it's in the tackle that he's ripped the ball. You can't do that. And the ref's now saying he's missed it. Because the Sharks player is very much saying, how can that happen? I mean, it's nonsense, quite frankly, because that should be a penalty to the Sharks. Right on the 5-meter line. It's nonsense. And now it's going to be a scrum to Toulouse. And no foul play has been seen there by the ref on Oxenchair. Siaklisa did brilliantly to take two defenders on, get his arms through the tackle, pass it through to Werner Kok. And we see here... Yeah, Siaklisa making that big argument to the ref, saying you can't... I mean, yeah, I think they are going to go back to it. They are going to go back to it finally. Yeah, so we are going to have a penalty to the Sharks. So that's finally the right decision's made at the end. I did say it was going to be nonsense otherwise, but it was a high tackle by Intermac on Werner Kok. And he then doesn't release him. And rips the ball when he's not releasing him. So, yeah. Will be a penalty to the Sharks on the 5-meter line. Stefan is saying the referee's blunders on. But yeah, at least the right decision is made eventually there. So the Sharks now with a line out right on the 5-meter line. Can they score the try here? Do they have an interesting line out move they can try here? Or they're going to go for the traditional maul? There's a lot of movement. The maul goes to the back. There's a lot of pushing forward. It's moving forward, motoring at a little bit of pace there, but it's been stopped quite quickly. And they're getting in. It's still moving forward here. He's told it's advantage to the Sharks. Force not moved. But he's come through and Bongi Manambi goes over. I think it's going to be a penalty to the Sharks, though. I don't think it's going to be a legal try. Not quite a try yet for the Sharks, but they're right on the line and asking the question. Should Toulouse having to do some desperate defending here? But can the Sharks get back at Toulouse? So close to getting this these points back. And Oxenchair's been told to go and do an HIA test. So he's going to unfortunately leave the field, which is a big problem for Sharks because he's been doing so well today. And a big physical specimen, of course, Oxenchair. So Chunu, I think, is going to come on in his place whilst he goes and has this ding-dong test, essentially. But Bongi and Banambi knocks the ball on the line. That's why he didn't score. So knocked it on, unfortunately. Well, I said knocked it on. It was hit out of his hands. But almost did very well there, Bongi and Banambi, to rip away from that maul and get through. Yeah, I was knocked on a couple of times there, unfortunately, by Bongi Manambi. Nonetheless, got another line out here, the Sharks. And it goes in. Andrews is out, Kobler's up. And it's a great go push forward. And it's advantage to the Sharks again. And I think they're going to be able to warn here to lose after a little while. Grant Williams now finds Ver and Janssen van Rensburg, who charges the line hard. Vincent Chituka supporting him. Gets taken down just past the 5-meter line. Oh, and we've got the ref is calling time. He's saying, whoa. He's going to have a chat, I'm sure, to Toulouse here. He's going to say, hey, we've got a discipline problem now. Yeah, so he's just told Dupont they're on final warning. He says, we've got to collapse the maul, and we've got no releasing at the maul there. And next issue is going to be a yellow card. So, final warning for Toulouse. So, if I'm Sharks, I'm actually going to try and force another error from Toulouse from this line out here. Get them down to 14 men and then take advantage of it and really hit them hard in these next 10 minutes. I know it's difficult to try and play for the yellow card rather than the try, but they need to somehow do it. And I think it's going to be crucial for the Sharks to try and win this line out first, get a really good set on that maul, and then... Oh, and they try to steal it to Toulouse, and I think they do steal it in the line out. I told you they had to try and win the maul, win the ball first in the line out. Oh, dear. Shocking for the Sharks, and now Toulouse can punt the ball away, but it's being fought with in the ruck, I think, but eventually the ball does come back for Toulouse. And Dupont is fielding it at the back of the ruck, rather. He's been told to use it. Eventually he does use it. He kicks it forward. It's a great kick. My word. What a kick from Dupont. That is a fantastic kick. Not a great throw in there by Bongi Mudambi. It's a bit slow. That was the problem with it. Grobler does get his hands to the ball, but so does Flamand. And Dupont's kick has taken the ball all the way back for the Sharks, almost to their 10-meter line inside. Not quite, but quite almost 25 meters away from the Toulon line. So Sharks going to have to attack again, but all the way from the back here. They try an interesting backline move and spread out to Buddha Chamberlain, who's got some space. He's going to go through. Oh my word! Out of nowhere, Sharks have scored. There you go, in the corner. Fantastic backline move. And I told you, I said at the beginning of this half, I said they just need to try some more moves with ball in possession because they're quite good in possession today. And again, scored the try there. Fantastic run by Butter Chamberlain. Great pass as well. I think from, was it Ryan Jans van Rensburg or Lucanio Am just watching back here. The ball comes out. Vincent took a pass to Williams. Passes to Curran Bosch. He finds Lucanio Am, finds a great pass to Butter Chamberlain. Finds the gap, goes through and scores in the corner. Great try for the Sharks, and they're right back into the game. With the kick to come, of course. If they can get the kick over, of course, that'll just take it a little bit closer, which means that if the Sharks score a try without the conversion, they'll go into the lead. Great try there from Lucanio. And some commentators here saying, that pass right there makes it look so easy on the eye, but that's what you expect from the best 13 on the planet. So still recognized as one of the best centers in the world, Lucanio. And class act, Lucanio. Great pass to Buddha Chamberlain. And Chamberlain does very well just to put the burners on, find that, get through that gap, and put it down in the corner. Curran Bosch now, very important kick this for the Sharks. Can he get it over? And do let me know in the comments, people, if you think the Sharks can, again, come back at Toulouse. Can they get in the lead? Can they get back and win this quarterfinal? Again, if you're looking for a way to watch the game, be sure to look at the description of the video. The kick is great from Curran Bosch. And they do bring it into a 4-point game. So Toulouse 21, Sharks 17. Let's go, Sharks. Come on. You need to just keep it going. Just keep it going. That's all that needs to happen here. Make this a great game. It's a beautiful pass by by the way. Oh, really, really great pass. Well finished by Butter Chamberlain. So the restart is had now by Toulouse. Sharks are getting it in the corner. It's picked up by Noche, who tries to dart his way through the line and gets taken out just on the 22-meter line. So it's inside. So Williams now using the ball. And the ball does go out. It's not a great touch find, if I'm honest. It's only not even past the 10-meter line in the Sharks' half. So the Sharks are going to have to try and get this ball back somehow. But not an easy one at all. Babalo here saying the Sharks can come back. Well, I'm glad you think so, and I'm hoping so. They're playing a lot better in these last 5 minutes. To say they didn't really wake up in that first opening 10 minutes of the second half, but since that try has been scored from Toulouse, Sharks have been right back into it. Wasn't a very straight throw in there by Toulouse, but nonetheless they're going to carry on playing here. Toulouse up the middle of the line here, rushing Sharks defense hard, and this got numbers here, but there's a loose pass through the back, and now Malia tries to get it back, but great tackle from Lucanio, who tries to steal the ball, but unable to. Dupont now kicks in behind. He sees a gap, but it's well fielded by Mlakazolo Mapimpi, who now runs back at the line himself, but Dupont does well to make the tackle. And Sharks now got possession of it just behind their 10-meter line. Williams passes through to Sikumbuzo Noche, who charges the line again. He's played quite well today, Sikumbuzo Noche. Williams now fielding the ball a bit slower. Vincent Chituka beats one, then gets taken down by the next. Oh dear, it's been stolen in the tackle from Toulouse. So now Toulouse have got the ball. It's broken play. Makazulu Mapimpi's rushing up to try and make the tackle. But it's now come to the center. It's Aki. Aki's coming up through the middle. He passes out to Malia, who's going to go over in the corner unless it's a try-saving tackle. Oh no. He's gone over. Malia has managed to put it over. But Toulouse have taken huge exception to the diving tackle from Chamberlain. I don't know why. It's a perfectly legal challenge to make. Or was it from Curran Bosch? But nonetheless, tries to save the try right at the end there. Makes a perfectly legal attempt at making a tackle. And Toulouse took big exception to that. Fans didn't like it either. But, I mean, they can get all over themselves. They're French. Great attempt at the tackle from Curran Bosch. Doesn't manage to make it stick, though, unfortunately. Nothing at all sinister in that. Has every right to make that challenge. It's a great challenge, but not able to get over. I don't know why we're all looking at this if this is going to be a TMO decision. It really can't be, surely. Yeah, that's why I say it's not a high tackle, as the ref goes and says. It's not a high tackle. Dupont Dupont's trying to make an argument here, but I don't know what argument he's going to try and make. It's a perfectly legal attempt at the tackle from Kerwin Bosch there, and the fans getting very upset, of course. But again, they're French. They do get upset. That's all they do. Yeah, they get upset and they surrender. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But yeah, unfortunately, though, when I say surrender, they're not surrendering right now, this French side. Sharks were coming well back at them, but then great try again from Toulouse. Brings it back up to 26 points with the conversion to come. And Ramos now lines it up. Can he get the kick over Ramos? And he has missed it, in fact. So it's going to be only stay at 26 points to 17. So again, Sharks still not out of it. Still within 10 points. So they just need, again, keep their kids there. Keep calm. Great run by Aki. And brings in Malia right at the back there. Almost tackled on the line there by Kern Bosch. Toulouse didn't like it a lot. And a little bit of play acting there from Malia, which I don't enjoy. So I think he can go fly a kite somewhere else. Really poor. Nonetheless, Sharks now, can they wake up again? They did very well after the last try was scored. Can they do the same thing again? Because they're going to need to. They can't afford to give away these tries. And there's a couple of changes here for the Sharks. Tupperware comes on. I think it's for Rohan. No, it's not for Rohan. I don't know. Somebody's come off. It is Rohan Janssen van Rensburg. He's come off, unfortunately. And the game is restarted. And Toulouse have got the ball just outside their 22. Is Steve still on the channel? Is asked as a question. Stephen is still on the channel. He is doing the other games today, but I am doing this one currently, and I'm hoping you enjoy being with me. But Stephen is still on the channel. Stevie P is still around, so be sure to look out for him in other games as well. And the international series, of course, will be coming up soon, and he'll be doing quite a few of those as well. Sharks now on the attack, trying to come through. Sia Khaleesi almost on the wing here. And Toulouse now managed to ruck over and did very well to win the ball back. Has passed all the way out to Dupont, who's now trying to find a way forward. And he's trying to find the gap. He can't find it, though. Gets brought down eventually there. And he says, no issues with you. Well, I'm glad there's no issues with me. I didn't think there were, to be fair. Right, here comes now Butter Chamberlain after receiving the kick from Toulouse. Pass it to Kieran Bosch. Is now running hard on the line. There's a huge gap. Massive gap. He's looking for support. He finds support in the midfield. But it's only Pueblo. He's obviously not got too much pace. Sharks all the way up to more or less the 22 of Toulouse. Still a little bit broken play. It's a bit slow to him. Chunu passes it out. Comes to Sukumbuza Noche, who spots the gap but can't get through it. Sharks doing well just to cover that now. Sharks on the attack still. Comes to Thomas Dutoy. He does very well. Great line there. Almost up to the 22 line again. Williams passes it out to Kieran Bosch. Finds Lukanya finds a good pass to Makazole Mapimpi. He has to dodge his own teammate on the floor. Fends off one. Finds a gap. He's running up the middle. He's still got pace. He passes to Williams. It's great play by Makazole Mapimpi. And Sharks have scored. Great try for the Sharks. Absolutely brilliant play from Makazole Mapimpi. He spotted the gap and put the burners on. And darted through. Stepped one and then darted in again. Could have probably run for the line again. But actually did the unselfish thing. Passing through to Williams. Great try for the Sharks. Now, all they have to do now is make sure they don't give away points from this restart again. Fantastic attack there from the Sharks. Just watch this again. Williams takes it out. They're just looking at a pass here as per usual. The French directors. Possible forward pass, but I don't think they are reviewing it. Take this kick quickly, Kerwin. Quickly. Otherwise, they're going to keep showing it and the ref might bring it back. You see, they're showing it again. Take it. Take it. No, you see. I saw it. I saw it happening. And now he's literally, as he's lining up the kick, the ref blows his whistle. And now they're going to go and check the forward pass. Oh, my word. I literally called it. I said so. Oh, my word. It's going to be a forward pass. You know that. That's a forward pass. So the Sharks' try is not going to stand. Oh my word! I literally said so. I said you had to take that kick. Kieran Bosch, I don't know what he's doing. Took way too long to take that kick. Ryan Jans van Rensburg here with a very bad injury in backfield, by the way. He's currently getting strapped down on the stretcher. Not looking good there for Rohan at all. So we'll just keep our eyes on that as well. But yeah, Sean of Howley is saying this is like a game of tennis, and indeed it is. Dylan saying, "Come on, Sharks, ignore the ref." Yeah, it's difficult, of course. I mean, the right decision is made. Let's be honest here. But just called it. The French director say, yo. Always trying to find any possible reason. And I bet you right now, if Toulouse scored that try, you would never have seen any replay of that pass. You wouldn't see any replay of anything. They would have waited maybe until they scored the try, and then they can't do anything about it. Irritates me, hey. But South Africans finally getting an experience of what the other European teams have been complaining about for years, which is that those French TV directors and the way in which they run these games, it's very, very one-sided. Very, very much not not even Stevens. So we're going to come back to a scrum now, which is just being set up. But Rohan Jans van Rensburg is getting very heavily strapped up in the back there off the field, and we'll keep him in our thoughts right now because yeah, he's not looking very good there. So we've got a few subs on for Sharks now as well. We see I think Slavaskakni has come on in the lock position. And Oxenchair is back onto the field, which is great to see. And Shuni was temporarily on, but Oxenchair was doing an HIA assessment. And it's proven fine. Great scrum from the Sharks. Huge scrum, but unfortunately not winning the penalty. Williams makes the tackle on Dupont. Can they get over now, the Sharks? That's the big question. Not able to, but a great scrum from the Sharks. Unlucky not to have won a penalty there. Dupont being told to use it after setting up a second ruck here. He's going to kick it out the back here. And so up and under. It's not a great kick. He's not enjoying it. Didn't like it. Makazuluma Pippi's found the ball on the halfway line. But great tackle there. But he's managed to get the ball away in contact. It's been knocked on. He knocked it on. I didn't even see that, unfortunately. So it's going to be a scrum on the halfway line now. Dear, Sharks losing it a little bit now. Makazuluma Pippi went up and then in the tackle. And shame. He gets up, does take the ball forward, and then as he gets down, the tackle's made on the ball and loses it forward. Yeah, so it's not going to be a scrum on the halfway line, and Rohan Jans van Rensburg is now being stretched off with all the medics around him, and he is getting a send-off from the fans. They're all clapping him off, so fair play to the French fans there. Good respect being shown. All of them on their feet, a lot of them. But he's giving a thumbs up. He seems to be all right, but he's got oxygen tank on and everything, so really not looking very good for Rohan Jans van Rensburg there. Yeah, very upsetting, unfortunately. Another scrum here in the middle of the field, and Sharks win the penalty. They have been dominating the scrums recently. Brilliant penalty. Scrum penalty there for the Sharks. Huge victory in that little regard. And now Toulouse will want to try and stay away from scrums the rest of this game because Sharks seem to have the upper hand. But Thomas du Toit is taking a little bit of a knock from that scrum, but he seems to be okay now. And so now they'll kick for the line again through Kieran Bosch. And again, Sharks just need to stay at it. They're right there. They're still within 10 points. It's not too far away. Still got a bit of time on the board. Still got 15 minutes. Score a try before 70 and then score another try. I promise you, I reckon they can do it. Or at least get some penalty kicks over maybe after that. And just keep at it because it really is a tight game. It's been a great game of rugby. And for the neutral, I'm sure it's been great to watch as well. Really is but end-to-end stuff, as somebody said earlier. It's a game of tennis. And the lineout's not been great from the Sharks, but managed to regather it. Passing it through the back line here. Comes to Tapuai. And Williams takes it out. Passes to his lock Andrews there. But oh dear, and penalty against Toulouse there, not supporting his body weight. Yeah, so penalty to the Sharks there, not holding his body weight there. I was trying to make this attempt at holding the ball on. Won't deny it's a little harsh, but you know what? Sharks have not been getting many calls recently. Not necessarily incorrect calls, but just not getting a lot of calls going their way. So I think and they need something to go their way. So at least that decision went theirs. I got a comment here saying this is actually the most rigged game I've ever seen in my entire life. It really isn't. It really isn't. The correct decisions have been made most of the time. I don't feel like they've been really bad decisions. People will try and argue, I'm sure, as per usual, that early yellow card in the game against Makazole Mapimpi there. Some people try and say it's a red card challenge, but I don't think it is. Sharks doing an intelligent thing here, and they're going for the kick to bring it within 7 points. Significance now means that if they score a try, they will go ahead of Toulouse. So that's the big thing here. So can Toulouse hold out, or will the Sharks come back and score a try right at the end here? Well, actually, I actually do think Toulouse are losing a little bit here. So they need to wake up a little bit. Sharks just need to keep at it as well. Just need to keep at it. They've been playing some decent rugby for the last 10, 15 minutes. They just need to keep at it. Comes to Pepsi Buthelezi, who is now on. Does well to get outside the 22, but it does mean that you can't kick it out now, Williams. And it's a penalty advantage. And Williams takes it quickly, and it's not 10 meters. And Siaklisi now on the wing. He passes, tries to get through. But open play. But I don't believe he was 10 meters there. And I will say that that's a slight problem. I don't think Williams went forward and was tackled within 10 meters. So I'm a bit concerned as to why that was not given as a penalty and another advantage to the Sharks. And now it's a great running line by Flamand. But Kern Bosch now kicks it forward after a spilt pass. And now it's kicked over the top into the 22. And it's a great kick from Thomas Ramos all the way onto the Sharks 5-meter line. And Ethan here saying, I subscribed. Well, thank you very much for subscribing, Ethan. Look forward to having you. But I really am concerned as to why that wasn't... I don't know why that was not given as an advantage there. Williams took it quickly for the penalty, and there was no ways to lose lock there. I think it was Arnold. I think it was Arnold or Meerfowl. Didn't retreat 10 meters. But ref said play on. A bit bizarre. Nonetheless, we carry on. It's a line out to the Sharks. No, it's actually to Toulouse. Toulouse, because I think Kern Bosch took a touch. So now they've got their own setting up the maul, which has worked so well for them today. But Sharks doing very well to defend it so far. Pushing it towards the line. It's very close. That Dupont's going to have to take this out. Williams is watching him. Williams makes the tackle attempt. Oh, no. Dupont does brilliantly to get the ball away. Passes it back to his supporting number 2 of Mauvaka. And he goes over to lose score again. And I think, unfortunately for the Sharks, that is the game probably gone. Very, very upsetting for the Sharks there. Pito Mauvaka goes over. Great play from Dupont. He takes the ball out from the maul. And Williams makes the tackle, but doesn't go for the ball. And Dupont manages to get his arms around, pops the ball up from the floor to Mauvaka, sorry, who then goes over. Ah, dear. Yeah, good try. That's unfortunately, I don't think Sharks are going to come back from this. Maybe they can. There's still 10 minutes left of this game. Still lots of time, but the problem is Toulouse have gone over now. And it is now going to be a 2-score game for the Sharks in 10 minutes. There's a lot to ask of them. Sean saying, you never get it your way in France, the English, Irish, etc. Yeah, this could be game over. I do think that is a very, very nasty blow to the Sharks. The Sharks Champions Cup run is probably going to come to an end here. The French fans are celebrating this, waving their flags everywhere. They're happy with their team so far. And as I say, it's very difficult to go and win a game in France in club rugby. It's very, very difficult to do so. They're very good at home, these French clubs. So can Toulouse make the conversion? They can indeed. Ramos makes the conversion. And he's kicked very well today. He's missed 2, but the other ones have been very good. Oh dear. Oh dear. Lots of work for the Sharks to try and come back into this game. I don't see it happening. Unfortunately, I just don't see it. Ah, no. Unlucky. But a quick restart, and the Sharks have almost turned that ball over. I thought they did, but no. Um, it's all the way into the Toulouse 22, and Dupont is now managing this ball at the back. He kicks it forward. It's a deep, 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 deep kick. It is out, but I think Butter Chamberlain's not going to play it quickly. Don't know why he's not playing it quickly from Frank. Because the ball has only gone out just inside the Sharks' half. It's a great kick from Dupont. Still just 9 minutes left of this game. Ah, 13 points the difference right now. 13 points the difference. Ethan saying Am needs to score. Indeed, yeah. I think anybody, at this stage can score, and the Sharks will be quite happy. But the French national team coach is there in the stands. He's watching on. Half his French players, of course, being displayed for this Toulouse side. Sharks win their line out, and oh my word, it's spilt there. But Tia Khaleesi regathers, picks up, and goes well. Williams now takes it out, passes through to Tapawai, and Williams now passes to Kieran Bosch, who finds Lukanya who's going to try and create something from nothing. He beats one, he's trying to beat the next one. He does make good ground. Great work from Lukanya just to give a little bit of go forward for the Sharks. Sharks now being rushed quickly by this Toulouse defense, but managing to just keep it going at this point. Bongi Manambi shifts across, and they're shifting very quickly now. Tapawai charges himself, and Makazole Mapimpi supporting there in the ruck. And still not over the halfway line here, the Sharks. So Toulouse doing very well just to keep the defense up here. Sardi is on as well now. And the ball is kicked through right behind the Toulouse backline there. But inside the 22 now, here comes Ramos. He kicks it forward. And it's a bit of a grubber kick, really. And Butter Chamberlain now comes forward, and he's going to run forward at the ball. He's not going to kick it. He passes a rather poor pass to Makazole Mapimpi. He basically chucks it straight forward to the Toulouse. And now Toulouse have got the ball and shifting across the line very quickly, trying to see if they can score another try to kill this game off. It's right in the line here. It's on the line. And they've found space. They just keep finding spaces. Dupont finds another one, and Ramos goes over. Oh, my word. Great broken play try, but that is definitely game, set, and match. Sharks are out of the Champions Cup. They are out. There's no ways they're coming back from this. Toulouse has just been too good in the second half. Their class has just shown. The international players doing unbelievably well. Man of the match, no doubt about it, will be Thomas Ramon. He's been brilliant today. 2 tries at least, I think, behind his name. I can't remember if he scored in the third one. But a great try there from Toulouse. And spilled from Makazole Mapimpi, and that's what it all started. Just going back through these comments here and saying, it's always going to be tough playing Toulouse in the history they have, indeed. Well done, Williams, for handing Toulouse the game. Grow a brain, young man. Yeah, hopefully Sharks can keep most of their players for next season. 2 tries will do. Come on, Sharks. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, the game is very much gone. The game is very much gone. Thomas Ramos will, of course, or Thomas Ramon, will kick post now. Will convert it. It's right in front. They'll take it up to 40 points. Double the Sharks score. And I say, let's just run away with it in the end here. Toulouse. Disappointing for the Sharks. They played some very good rugby today. They had some great spirit and some great fight, but unfortunately just not the same level as this Toulouse side. Yeah, kick is made good by Thomas Ramon. And yeah, I think the Sharks' heads have dropped now. It's pretty much game, set, and match. It's very unfortunate. But oh well. We move forward. They did well, playing against one of the best club sides in the world. And they came up short, unfortunately. I thought they'd do... I think, yes, a lot of people said they were doomed when Eben Etzebeth was injured. And I do think he would have made a big difference today. But nonetheless, you can't blame it all on one player. Sharks just, unfortunately, not the same class as the Toulouse side. They try to start it close here, but Toulouse do collect the ball just in front of their 22. So it's going to be easy for Toulouse to take this game back. There's just over 6 minutes left of this game. Mario Smith here saying the Sharks did well. Leinster host Toulouse in the semi-final. Leinster going to crush Toulouse. Good news for the box. Amma's looking pretty damn good indeed. He is. Comes to Sikambu's and Noche on the edge here. Not Noche, it's Pepsi Putelezi, sorry. Who's come up past the halfway line here. We've got lots of subs here for the Sharks. Some token gesture game time. Comes to Andrews on the halfway line. He gets taken down. It's being passed through from right. Siaklisi takes it. Can't beat two players there. They're just still in front of that halfway line there, the Sharks. Just behind it, rather. And can't quite get forward. Also, I think the Sharks lost a lot of momentum when Rohan Jans van Rensburg went off. I think he was quite key today. He was playing quite well. And when Rohan went off, it just... Yeah. He lost it a bit. And Lucanio tries to grab it through there. Not able to. And Tapawai couldn't get through. And now Toulouse have grabbed it right in behind. And there's nobody home for Sharks. It's all the way up to their try line. But there's not a big chase from Toulouse. So easy for Kieran Bosch to collect. He passes to Buddha Chamberlain, who kicks up. It's a good kick. But play on, apparently. Toulouse is taking it quickly. And here comes Thomas Ramon. And he's trying to run himself. He stepped one. He passes out to the wing. And it's been slipped by one. And it's going to be an easy try, I think, from Dupont, who finds his new substitute. And they're going to go in again. Sharks are really much not playing now because they realised the defeat is here. And it's just slow now for the Sharks. Now it's going to be embarrassing if they just keep letting them through. Arturo Vertia goes over for yet another Toulouse try. Sharks well and truly beaten here in France, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately for the Sharks, there's just too much. Lucania, I'm being very, very dummied there. And Dupont doing very brilliantly to run in, just create a little bit of space for Renia. And he goes over. Disappointment. Big disappointment. So what can the Lions do later, people? Can the Lions, obviously not playing the Champions Cup, they're playing the other one. Can't remember what it's called. Challenge Cup, that's what it's called. They're playing the Challenge Cup. Can the Lions do something decent in the Challenge Cup? They've been doing very well so far in the Challenge Cup. Dominating in that regard. So what do we think the Lions are going to do later? Because I think that's where all our eyes are on in terms of European rugby now. Going to try and see if Lions can take it forward as well. We need 4 tries. We can do it. Just, 2 minutes? Yeah. JJ saying, Rusty, come check this ref. I don't think a ref is going to do too much today, guys. To Toulouse, it's just been better. I know South Africans love to complain about the ref, but every now and then you actually have to admit that there's a better team on the field, and there's a better team. Toulouse is a better team. At the end of the day, they've been better than the Sharks today. Sharks did well, but they're a better team. And they showed it today. Their class has been very, very evident. Yeah. No ref would have changed the outcome of this game, I don't think. Deep restart there by the Sharks, and Thomas Ramon just kicks it straight back at them. Almost in like a hateful manner, just no, back at you. And the fans are having a big dancing party now in the stands, so loving life. They know their team's going through to the semis. Yeah. Why are SA fans so moody? Yeah, I do agree. I think it's just because the country in general is just... There's so much not going right for us, and I think, rugby's the one place a lot of people find comfort in, and when it's not going well, it's just... Yeah, it's just depressing for the week, and I think a lot of it comes down to that. We're big sports fans, and the reason for that is, of course, not a lot goes fantastically in the country at the moment. So we use sports as our escape, and so when the sport doesn't go well, it really doesn't add to the mood. So I think that's something. Oh my word! Now Sharks just can't seem to defend, and it's just rolling around there to lose. And they're coming to attack again, and there's a huge gap in the middle there, and it comes to Thomas Ramon, who's trying to go through. Oh my word! It's Intermac rather. That was the easiest try he'll ever score. Oh my word, it's more than 50 points. It's more than 50 points. Sharks are being handed a clapping right in the last 10 minutes here. They've just fallen right asleep. And Toulouse are making a real meal of... Sharks making a meal of this in terms of just giving away all the hard work they did in the first half of the game. My word. The fans are insufferable for... who? The SA fans? The French fans? Because I think the French fans today have been a little bit insufferable in terms of some of the things calling out some... bad discipline from the Sharks, but it wasn't. Yeah. home game advantage and weak referees for us has made them untouchable. Falling apart from the Sharks. Yeah, they really are. They just don't seem to want to do anything more. That was so easy for Intermac. Just literally ran through and nobody really wants to make the tackle. He had players around him, but he more or less just sort of shifted left to right. Nobody was willing to just actually take it upon themselves to make the tackle. The Sharks are really well and truly beaten right at the end here. Good thing is to see Rowan Janssen from Rendsburg is back on the bench. He's chatting, he's up. So he was looking quite a serious injury earlier, but he seems to be up and about. It seems to be all right, so that's great to see as well, though. At least a good end to this. By all these Sharks now, idiot display now, no pride in your jersey. Look, unfortunately, right at the end, they have just fallen asleep, and it's just a bit depressing. They had such a good game up to about 60 minutes, 65 minutes, and that is the game done. Toulouse do win 54 points to Sharks 20. It really has been a horrible, horrible end to the game for the Sharks. Nonetheless, can't do anything worse. It's not going to affect them too much. They're out of the competition anyway. So that is the end of the Sharks' run in the Champions Cup. Their first time in it, not able to get past the Toulouse side. Thank you guys so much for watching on the channel. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and maybe subscribe to my channel as well. You'll see it over there. It's called Mark's Box. Go and have a look at that as well. But yeah, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. And that is the final score there. Sharks 20, Toulouse 54. I've got an alarm going off to apologize if you hear that nonetheless. That is the end of the game. Guys, thank you so much for watching Forever Sports. I've been Mark. Goodbye.